Good afternoon, guys. How's everyone doing this Monday afternoon? I hope you're all in the best of health, best of wealth. I hope you're being the best version of yourself you could possibly be. In today's society, that's the only way to be. Welcome to my channel, guys. Joey Barnett TV. This is my second upload of the day because I'm in one of them moods, one of them good moods where, but I'm saying that I am in a good mood, but I still wear the scars of detention centre. I still wear the scars of DC. And that's why I keep pushing these uploads about HMP Send, because it was such a horrific, dangerous place for any youngster to be in that they had to abolish them. They literally had to abolish the detention centres because the punishment, what them hairy-arsed adult screws was giving us. We was only kids, 14, 15 years of age. I remember, I'm going to tell you quickly, give a quick rundown what happened. I kept going back to Balham Juvenile Court and South Western Magistrates Court. I was up there every week on different charges with my dear mum. She was there with me right away till the end. God bless her soul. I love her. I loved her so much. But yeah, she never gave up on me. She really didn't. I'm the only son, by the way, so a little bit spoiled. But yeah, she never give up on me. And today, when I look back and reflect on my past, I think to myself, why did I put my mum through that? And this is why I like pushing content out about committing crimes, taking drugs, going to prison. It has a ripple effect on you. And later on in life, when you snap yourself out of it, out of that dangerous mindset, you'll be looking back on your past and you'll be thinking, what a waste of a life. I've spent 3 whole decades on different sentences in jail. Yeah. The biggest sentence what I got was 12 years. I served 8 years, 9 months out of that sentence. And then they give me a little bit of jam roll, bit of parole, let me out. I got recalled 3 months later for having a fight in a pub. They wouldn't let me out again until I completed my whole sentence, which was 12 years. Prior to that, I got 5 years. Prior to that, I got 3 years. I've done a couple of 2 years. I've done an 18-month. I've done so much bird that it's unreal. So I feel blessed. I really, really do feel blessed to be here today telling you the tales and spreading awareness that committing crimes, taking drugs, going to prison is an absolute mugs game. It really is. I'm so glad I reformed myself. Since I've reformed myself, I've got myself completely and utterly together. I had my own business. I've written a book. I've got my own YouTube channel. I've done various pieces of artwork and sent my artwork to a charity, a homeless charity, through a very good source of Charlie Bronson. I've helped the homeless. I've fed the homeless. I've given them clothes. Me and my missus used to go out daily of the evening, finding homeless people, and out of our own pockets, giving them sleeping bags, soups, and gloves and hats and scarves and things like that. It was a few years ago in the winter. So yeah, I'm literally giving back to the community what I feel I should, because I took so much out of it years ago. It's given me PTSD all these years later. It has, because I keep reflecting back on my past. I still have dreams. I still have nightmares of what I'd done, as a youngster, what I got up to myself. And let me tell you something now, I regret every single day of it. And I'll tell you something now, if I could start my life from scratch, it would never, ever, ever be taking drugs, committing crimes, or going to prison. It'd be a straight way of life. Working class people, going to work, having to pay for what you want, it feels so much better. Years and years ago, when the money was coming in, it was easy come and it was easy going out. I didn't appreciate nothing. I didn't appreciate money. Today, I do appreciate every single thing in life. And I mean everything in life. I thank my higher power for me being here today, because the dangerous mindset, the dangerous lifestyle which I led years and years and years ago, how I got through them sentences, you know, and come out the other end of it, and I'm here today telling these tales, is not short of a miracle. It really ain't short of a miracle. If you buy my book, which is on Amazon, it's called A South London Borstal Boys Tales, yeah? I've sold out hundreds and hundreds of copies. What I do is I sign my book, you know, I've got my books indoors. I sign, and I am also there on Amazon. I sign my books indoors, give you a personal little message, you know, and send them next day delivery. And, you know, the feedback what I've got from writing my own book is on, I couldn't explain to you, it's on another Ricky scale. No one ever thought in their wildest dreams that I would become an author. I would be able to write my own book, because years and years ago I couldn't even read and write. I'm what you call dyslexia. I have trouble, you know, reading, writing, but what I've done is on my last sentence, I thought to myself, right, I'm going to take something constructive out of this sentence. And what I've done is I threw myself into education. I learnt myself, you know, literacy, writing, reading, listening, maths. I learnt myself that. And then in the end, I've got sitting guilds, level 1, level 2, level 3 in adult literacy. And I've got them certificates today. So yeah, man, I took something positive out of my last sentence and thought, right, I'm gonna make this these few years, you know, into something which is gonna set me up for life. So that's what I'm saying to criminals of today. You know, you might think you're getting away with it. You might think you're having it right off, having a few quid, but you know, looking over your shoulder, not knowing when your door's going through, not knowing when your family's door's going through, not knowing when your collar's going to get felt, because it does. In the end, it really does, you know. I was an armed robber. I was in a little gang. I'm not promoting it and I'm not glamorising it, you know. And we was getting away with it for years and years and years. I thought I was invincible. I thought I was, yeah, untouchable. But in the end, the wheels fell off. It all come crashing down for me, and I paid the highest price, you know. Well, the second highest price in life. The first one is being killed. The second one is going to prison on a double-figure sentence, and that's what I did. So that's why I like to spread awareness, you know. And as I said, if I could relive my life again and start it all over again, I certainly wouldn't be leading that lifestyle. But yeah, as now a reformed person, as someone that's doing very well physically, mentally, emotionally, as I am today, I'm very, very happy. I'm very, very humble. I feel amazing. I feel great to be alive, as I said, because, you know, the dangerous lifestyle what I come out of, I'm one of the lucky ones what made it out of that lifestyle, yeah. I've lost so many friends along the way, either to suicide, getting shot on a bit of work, you know, or other ways. And some of them are still doing life sentences. They'll never ever get out. So, you know, wow, man, I feel privileged. I really do feel privileged. And yeah, I've worked hard over the last few years. You know, nothing's been given to me in life. Everything what I've got, I've had to really, really work hard for. You know, risking my life, roofing, working on roofs, you know, over the years, just to put bread on the table, a few quid in my pocket, and to get the nice things in life. I've had to save up, you know, I've had to, you know, blood, sweat and tears the right way. And everything what I've got now, it's not all about collateral, it's not about acting flash and telling you guys what I've got, because I'm sure loads of my loyal followers what have been there from day one of my journey know what I've now got. You know, a loving family, a lovely, wicked, awesome missus what loves me, and I love her dearly. We've been together over a decade, 15 odd years. You know, I've got a lovely vehicle, you know, I've got a lovely bike, I've got lovely clothes. everything around me is lovely. It really is. And wow, man, I feel so happy to be alive. I hope I'm inspiring you guys. And for those that are stuck in it with addiction, you know, it could be, you could be addicted to a number of different drugs. So I'm not going to go into it specifically, but for those that are caught up in addiction, yeah, there's a way out. There really is a way out. You've got to change your mindset. You've got to tell yourself, that's enough. I've had enough, you know. You can go to NA meetings, you can go to CA meetings, you can go to all the meetings. People can talk to you until they're blue in the tongue, yeah. If you're not ready to do it yourself, that's it. You know, it doesn't matter what you've been told, it's irrelevant. If you're not ready to switch and to change, then you won't. But yeah, it is so worth it to change. Now, there's millions of recovering drug addicts what are doing really well. I'm one of them, yeah. So I'm a prime example of change. I really am. You know, I've had addictions to drugs. I've been in prison. You know, God, man, it's, you know, it's unbearable. It really is unbearable thinking about my past. It affects me today, the PTSD. It does affect me today. I've done victim awareness courses, so I'm very aware of, you know, the traumatization and what I've give to other people, the damage, the hurt, what I've done to other people. It affects me today. But if I could turn back the hands of time, I certainly would, guys. Anyway, we're 11 minutes in. I hope you're having a good day. I'll be back at you again shortly. Much love, man. Peace.